Good evening and welcome to Town Council report for the meeting on January 17th. All the members were present at that meeting except for Sue Ann, who joined the meeting by phone later on. So I welcomed Stacy Pink and Daryl Mercer to the meeting, and they informed council that they were there on behalf of the Burgeo Recreation Commission. Stacy Pink informed council that there was a problem with the compressor at the arena and explained what had happened to it. He called Blanchard's Heating and Cooling Limited and got an estimate on a new compressor. He also asked Audra to see if there was any compensation available. Stacy informed council that the Recreation Commission already had a meeting on Monday night, and they were willing to pay for half the cost of the compressor themselves, and was wondering if council would be willing to pay the other half. Discussion took place on this. Shortly after that, Stacy and Daryl left the meeting. Councillor Pickford Spencer joined the meeting via phone at 7:50 p.m. I asked if there were any errors or omissions from the minutes of December 20th that had been circulated. Councillor Barter mentioned about wording needed to be changed under new business from Councillor Barter to Town Manager regarding the letter to Fire and Emergency Services. It was resolved that Council accept the change in the minutes as stated above, and the minutes were adopted as amended. I had reported to council that I had attended the Lions Seniors Party on January 6th and brought greetings on behalf of the town. Business from the minutes. Town clerk manager informed council about the response he received from David Hicks of Hydro, and he also had a phone call from Frank Kennedy saying that they were sending one worker to work in Burgeo for a week at a time, and will have someone in town on weekends when the forecast is calling for bad weather. Before that, we had one worker stationed there, and the other one was stationed in Stephenville. So now they're going to station them here in Burgeo, and when it's good weather, I guess, and they were speaking for bad weather, they'll have them here so that if something happens, they can work at it. Committee reports. Councillor Barter mentioned about the cost of water management and the need to have officials come in and formulate a water plan. Finance Committee had looked at paying for the new fire truck out of gas tax funding, but when it was checked out, that's not allowed. Mm-hmm. Quarterly budget reports will be presented to council. Finance Committee will meet with the Fire Department to discuss their 2018 budget. Union representatives have been contacted to meet with the Finance Committee in the near future to start negotiations on a contract for the outside workers. There were contractor problems with the Grey River waste, so a meeting was needed to be arranged before the end of January with waste management. I think that was done. Building Committee, an application was approved to do a shed extension of 376 square feet at 5 Piddle Place, and that motion was carried. Town Manager informed council of a municipalities Newfoundland and Labrador regional meeting, which were to be held at Rocky Harbour on February 16th and 17th. This has been postponed until mid-April, due to weather. Town Manager read a letter that was received from the Help Committee regarding Violence Prevention Month in February. Discussion took place on this, and it was decided that Councillor Swift will contact the Help Committee and inform them that the town will have a colouring contest for grades K to 3, poster contest for grades 4 to 6, and a video skit contest on anti-violence for grades 7 to 9 and 10 to 12. There will be 4 prizes of gift cards for $20 each. New business. Town manager read the letter which was received from Lucky Paws Rescue looking for suggestions to put cat shelters around town. Discussion took place on this, and it was decided to contact Lucky Paws Rescue for their suggestions as to where they would like to put them, and inform council before the next meeting. Councillor Pickford Spencer mentioned about Mrs. Bridge, and where Deputy Mayor Blagden was saying things that weren't appropriate about the bridge. Discussion took place. Councillor Spencer left the meeting via phone at 8:55 p.m. Town manager mentioned to council about having 1 or 2 outside workers attend the clean and safe drinking water workshop in Gander on March 27th to the 29th. Now this would depend on weather conditions and the forecast at the time. Town manager mentioned to council about an invitation to attend a meeting in Stephenville on January 25th about enhancing air service. That was they were meeting with Porter Airlines to see if they would increase their flights in and out of Stephenville this year, and they agreed to increase them from 25 to 50. Now I think those flights fly from Stephenville to Halifax and Toronto. I think so. Councillor Bowles mentioned to council that about snow clearing and where he had a phone call from snow in driveways. The town manager informed him that the operators had no complaints and he would place a notice on BBS regarding parking along the road. Councillor Barter mentioned about the finance meeting and suggested that we have experts come in and look at the water situation. Discussion took place on what can be done. It was resolved that council set up a meeting with people who have knowledge about the water situation, and that motion was carried. Council discussed the compressor problem at the arena and what could be done about it. After some discussion, it was decided that the town will pay for half the cost of the compressor, with the understanding that the Recreation Commission will refund 50% to the town if they get money back from Hydro. I think up till a few days ago they hadn't heard anything then. Deputy Mayor Blagden mentioned to council about where Councillor Pickford Spencer said on BBS News about selling crafts at the Saltbox House, where in the past it was done at the museum. It was resolved that invoices in the amount of $63,396.78 be approved for payment to various vendors. The next regular meeting of council is tentatively scheduled for February 21st at 7:30 p.m. Resolved the council adjourn, and it did at 9:50 p.m. And that concludes town council report.
Perfect. So now you was mentioning there was a couple of things that there was talked about the water situation. So what exactly is the water situation in Burgeville right now?
Well, the tank is filling up till about a week ago. The tank would be, in the mornings, would be pretty well full. She'd gain. But now, since then, they found another leak by Fox Farms there. The estimate could be up as 100 gallons a minute.
Okay.
But there's 4 now from the arena to the water treatment plant. There's 4 leaks
Just more.
that they know about, and they're estimating that 4 of them would be losing probably upwards to 300 gallons a minute.
Just more.
So seems like what's happening is they'll fix 1 leak, it puts more pressure on the whole pipe, and then she busts out again with another leak just as big or bigger.
Just more.
And that's
Yeah.
now here the last couple of days in the mornings now she's twice a week I think it is they do the back flush to flush out the filters, and that uses 20% of the tank's water. So 2 days ago I was at the council office, and at that time she was around 49%. But now that was the morning that they had done the back flush.
Yes.
So she would have been up to about 68-70% that morning. But if we could, take it easy on running water, like very fast. Especially at night. That as long as we can keep the tank above, 30%, 40% after the back flush. Now that's twice a week. They do that. That we can still use the tank
That's right.
for our water, and we'd have the same pressure and be the same as it is now. Won't be discolored.
Yeah.
But once you get to 20%, they say that they got to really watch it.
Okay.
And it looks like until we can get all new lines put in out to Midtown, I don't know if we'll get our application approved this year for phase 3, which would put new lines, 18-inch lines as far as the Midtown area there. Then we'll know what's going on. But right now we know those 4 leaks, and there could be another 20. We don't know enough about. So.
Well, it's good that you knows about leaks, at least that you knows that that is not all due with the residents and stuff like that.
That's right. That's not, if we never had those leaks, and if we hadn't had that misfortune with that power surge that time too, blow one of those or trip one of those modules into the water treatment plant, we would have been had perfect water all winter. Like we could have had water ozonated too, but to shut it down now, to install those 300 filters and to torque them at 20 pounds each, you're talking a nice bit of work. And tank would run empty, and then we'd have to go on just direct bypass to the pond. And then we're going to have the discolored water. So that's where it stands. We'll keep our fingers crossed that we get that phase 3 approved this year.
And it'd be interesting then just to see how it will be.
That's right. That's true.
In like the following year, whatever, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So in talking about too about the Lucky Paws. So besides the shelters that they want to put around, how happy is the council that someone is taking up the initiative to try to control the stray cats in Virgil?
Really, not a lot of discussion took place on it. Like that Lucky Paws Rescue, I think they had mentioned they would put one in the garbage dump in there. Other than that, we haven't heard from them. To know what they got in mind and where to put them, there's something like that is obvious. There's a lot of people around Virgil that won't want
Yeah.
a cat shelter next door
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
to
Yeah.
them. So, you know, that is something that will be worked out.
Yeah.
But the town is not, doesn't have any information on that other than that they mentioned
Yes.
putting money in the garbage dump. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But now, unfortunately, now when like the garbage dump is decommissioned
Mm.
later on in the year, most of them cats is going to start coming Virgil,
Oh, they could, yes.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Or is either they're going to come to Virgil or they're going to go to Silbrook, which I don't think they're going to make a trip into Silbrook when there's closer things in Virgil, right?
It's true. It's true.
Right.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see
Yeah. Yeah.
what happens then.
Yeah.
But now maybe we'll know something, you know, before long, what they plan on doing or where they plan on putting the shelters.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm planning on to try to get them in just to
Yeah.
give us a rundown on what their true plans are and
Yeah.
stuff like that, right?
That's right.
Right. So,
Yeah.
all right, John. Well,
Okay.
thank you so much for coming in and giving us an overview of the Town Council report and answering my questions.
Okay, you're welcome.
And see you next time.
Okay, see you.
Thanks.